Switch 2 has been announced, and everyone's talking about a new Smash Bros. Game. Well, I love Smash Bros., and so I decided that I would make a video about the characters I wanted to see as playable characters. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that just talking about who I want wasn't enough. So I'm going to give you 15 characters I want, 15 changes I'd like to see for the characters we already have, and one costume for every character. The way this is going to work is that I'm going to talk about the character I want, then a change I want, and once I've gone through all of those, I'll go through every character giving them a new skin. Oh, and by the way, I'm not putting Waluigi or Geno on this list. I really wish they were in the game, but everyone wants those too, so it's not that interesting. So Waluigi and Geno are honorable mentions, and with that said, let's begin. Number 15, Crash Bandicoot from Crash Bandicoot. We've got Mario, we've got Pac-Man, and we have Mega Man. However, there is a fourth mascot who stands just as tall as the rest of these guys. The one and only Crash Bandicoot, and it is about time that they complete this pair. Change number 1. I would make the costume limit 10 instead of 8. This is pretty self-explanatory. I would love to see more costumes for the characters, and giving them 2 more options would be great. Number 14. Skull Kid, Majora's Mask. What more can I say that hasn't already been said? Majora's Mask is one of the greatest Zelda games of all time, and Skull Kid is no small part of that. It's about time we promote him from one of the most annoying assist trophies to the main roster. Change number 2. Change Princess Peach's Final Smash to Super Radiant Peach, and change Daisy's to Hyper Strike from Mario Strikers. Also change Rosalina's to Black Hole or Supernova like the ending of Galaxy. 13. Tails, Eggman, or Shadow from the Sonic series. Now, having all 3 of these characters would be great, but I think we would only get 1 if they were to be added. Now, you can pick which one you prefer, but me personally, I'd like to have Tails. Change number 3. Change Mario and Luigi's moveset. First off, change the forward smash to a hammered swing from the Mario and Luigi series. Then change their down B to a ground pound. I've always wondered why neither of them could do the ground pound. And finally, change Mario's up B to the jetpack nozzle for Mario Sunshine. Keep Luigi's because his is significantly better than Mario's and more fitting of his character. I want these to be changed because the Mario franchise has so much material, and it kinda sucks that so many moves from the Mario Bros have no inspiration. Number 12. Shovel Knight from Shovel Knight. I love Shovel Knight, and he's got a great variety of abilities, which could make a really fun and interesting moveset. This was my most wanted character in Ultimate, but unfortunately he was made an assist trophy. But hopefully they can correct this in Smash 6. Change number 4. Change Young Link's moveset to reflect his Majora's Mask equipment as well as his Ocarina of Time equipment. Look, when this character came out, the base Link was Ocarina of Time Link, so Young Link was supposed to just be the younger version of him. But now Link has been changed to Breath of the Wild, so I'd like to see Young Link represent both Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, including, obviously, changing his Final Smash to Fierce Deity Link. Number 11. Deathborn F-Zero. I wanted a second F-Zero character for ages, and we do need more villains in Smash, so I thought that Deathborn would be a really cool inclusion to Smash, finally giving Captain Falcon a villain to face off against. Change number 5. Redo Ganondorf's whole moveset so he's not just a clone of Captain Falcon. There's many appearances of Ganondorf throughout the Zelda franchise. It shouldn't be too hard to make him original. Number 10. Shantae series. This is one of my favorite platforming games ever. The world of Shantae is so much fun and enjoyable, plus WayForward, the makers of Shantae, have shown plenty of interest in having her join the cast, including coming up with color swaps themselves. I believe that if she was added, she would be one of the most fun additions. Change number 6. Change Goldeen to Magikarp. Seriously, why was this not already Magikarp? Number 9. Doom Guy. Doom. One of the OGs of the first-person shooter. Doom Guy would be an awesome addition to the cast of Smash Bros. Plus, his wife's already on the roster, so it makes sense if he joined the fight by her side. Change number 7. Revert the changes to Wario Man, letting players freely control him again. Also revert Sonic's Final Smash. These two are so much worse without being able to control them, so it would be nice if they changed them back. Number 8. Frisk, Undertale. I know most people would put Sans here, but something people forget is that Sans only has 1 HP in Undertale. This would make implementing him either inaccurate or incredibly difficult. However, Frisk, the main character of Undertale, doesn't have this problem. Plus, I'd argue they have even more content to pull from than Sans, so this might be controversial, but Frisk is my choice for an Undertale rep. Change number 8. Bring back Subspace. I know everyone wants this back, but that won't stop me from saying it again, because man, that was the greatest adventure mode Smash ever got. Number 7. Ezio Auditore, Assassin's Creed. This one might be a stretch, but I would love to see Assassin's Creed come to Super Smash Bros. And if anyone could represent this franchise, it's Ezio. Although, I'd also be fine with Edward Kenway, but Ezio is probably the best choice. Change number 9. Nerf all DLC characters, and change the game's maturity rating from E10 and up to teen. Number 6. Mimichi, Tamagotchi. Yep, that's right, Tamagotchi. Every Smash Bros. Game always has an obscure character that no one expects. Smash 64 had Ness, who wasn't very well known at the time, Melee had Mr. Game & Watch, Brawl had Rob, Smash 4 had Duck Hunt, and Smash Ultimate had Simon Belmont and Piranha Plant. So who's next? Well, if you ask me, this would be a hilariously unexpected addition. Change number 10. Make the Mii's one character instead of splitting it between 3. Make it a set moveset so that they could be tournament legal. Number 5. Kratos, God of War. Do I need to say more? All the abilities he could use between the Greek saga and the Norse games, Kratos would be an absolutely incredible fighter who I would absolutely love to see added to Smash Bros. Just as long as his axe doesn't freeze his opponents. That would be a nightmare. Change number 11. Change Mario's Final Smash to Super Mega Mushroom, or really anything else. And change Bowser Jr.'s Final Smash to an Airship Barrage, which would fit the other Koopalings just as well as Bowser Jr. Number 4. Dovahkiin, Skyrim. One of the biggest games in history. Everybody knows what Skyrim is. Adding the Dragonborn would be a massive addition to Smash Bros. And probably bring in a ton of new players who want to run Mario through with the sword. But be careful fighting Link, you don't want to take an arrow to the knee. Change number 12. I don't know how they'd implement this, but I would like to see character-specific taunts. As in a taunt that changes based on who you're fighting. Probably won't happen, but it would be pretty funny. Number 3. So, Smash Bros. Is a celebration of gaming as a whole. We have characters from all corners of the gaming world, but there is one genre that we haven't touched yet. Point-and-click adventure games. With that being said, Guybrush Threepwood, Secret of Monkey Island. Without a doubt, the Monkey Island franchise is the most recognizable point-and-click adventure game ever. So popular that it even appeared in Uncharted and had an entire questline in Sea of Thieves. So I think that Guybrush would be a very fun character that would bring a lot of zany humor. Change number 13. Make Luigi's grab a ledge grab. The fact that this isn't already a thing baffles me. Number 2. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney franchise. I don't have too much to say about this one. I just really loved Phoenix Wright games, and I would love to hear his famous "Objection!" in the game of Smash Bros. Plus, his final smash would definitely be the giant judge smashing it with his gavel from Phoenix's dream. Change number 14. Make Donkey Kong more like he is in the Donkey Kong games. Give him his coconut gun and other abilities from his games. Make his up-B barrel cannon. Just make him feel less like a character they forgot existed, and make him fun again. Number 1. And here we are. My new most wanted character for Smash Bros. Is Rasputin Aquado, Psychonauts. Psychonauts came out on Xbox Game Pass, so I finally got to play it for the first time, and oh my god. This game and its sequel are some of the best platformers I have ever played, and each world is so creative and imaginative. I'm not sure if this game even has enough fans to be in Smash Bros, but Rasputin is without a doubt my most wanted character for any Smash Bros game. Change number 15. Add more bosses. Smash Ultimate's new bosses were incredible, but the overall number of times they appeared was a little disappointing, so I'd love for the next Smash game to have even more bosses. So now that we've gone through all those, I'm now going to go through every character and give them all one skin I'd like to see in the next game. Mario! So for Mario, there were so many great options, I couldn't just pick one. So instead, I picked 3. Mario 64, Sunshine Mario, and Wonder Mario. I would love any of these 3 costumes in the next Smash Bros. Game.
Donkey Kong!
For DK, I decided to go with a Donkey Kong Jr. skin, because for you who don't know, the DK we know and love is actually Donkey Kong Jr., and Cranky Kong is the original DK, so a costume referencing this fact would be really cool to me.
Link!
For Link, I decided to go with his champion letters from Tears of the Kingdom. I think this is a good skin to reference Tears of the Kingdom, but if I could add any skin... Vi Armor Link. No, I will not elaborate.
Samus!
Samus was easy to pick for. The Dread armor from Metroid Dread. The first Metroid game in ages, and it would be a disservice to not include it in the next Smash Bros.
Dark Samus!
For Dark Samus, I went with Dark Samus' true form. Not only is it an awesome look, but it was also really the only option.
Yoshi!
For Yoshi, I would replace the crafted Yoshi with Woolly Yoshi. And if they added my change of having 2 more skins, then they could also bring back Black Yoshi.
Kirby!
For Kirby, I think either Yarn Kirby or Clay Kirby. Personally, I prefer Yarn Kirby for how different it is.
Fox!
For Fox, I went with his design from Star Fox Assault. I like how distinct this version of Fox is from Zetsu's designs. Plus, everybody loves Crystal, so adding his look from the game she comes from seems like a good idea.
Pikachu!
Ash's hat, simple as that.
Luigi!
For Luigi, I'm gonna go with Mr. L. However, I have a feeling that we're gonna end up getting Gooigi, so take that how you will.
Ness!
For Ness, the only idea I had was his PJs. Not a bad idea, but definitely not original.
Captain Falcon!
For Captain Falcon, I'm going with his design from F-Zero 1. I absolutely love this look, and if it was added to Smash Bros., I would only ever play as this skin.
Jigglypuff!
For Jigglypuff, I went with Scream Tape. This would be only a cosmetic change, of course, but would be a great new look for Jigglypuff.
Peach!
For Peach, I went with her Moon Kingdom outfit from Odyssey. I love the look of this outfit and think it would really stand out in her costume selection.
Daisy!
For Daisy, I'm going with her Strikers gear to accompany the final Smash I give her. Daisy's appearance in Strikers is one of her most iconic looks, and I think that it should be added to Smash Bros.
Bowser!
This one's obvious. Wedding Bowser. Mario and Peach have their wedding outfits, so Bowser having his would make sense. Plus, he drippy as hell.
Ice Climbers!
This one is not my idea, but I really like it. The Polar Bear skin from Project M. It's really the only thing I can think of for these 2.
Sheik!
For Sheik, I'd give her Ocarina of Time look back into skin. The version we currently have is based on the Sheikah suit from Breath of the Wild, but I think the original should come back as a selectable skin.
Zelda!
For Zelda, I'd go with her appearance from Ocarina of Time, but not her adult form, an outfit based on her younger version. I think the headdress or veil or whatever it is such a unique look for the character, and I'd like to see it added to the next Smash game. Also, fun fact, back in Melee, Zelda had her Ocarina of Time look, but when Kirby used Copy on her, it gave him the headdress of young Zelda. I always thought that was a neat little detail.
Dr. Mario!
The only thing I could think of was Dr. Fire Mario from Dr. Mario World. It's not much, but that's really the only thing I could think of.
Pichu!
For Pichu, I'm going with his summer hat from Pokemon Go. I actually think this would be a pretty cool skin and would stand out from his other hats.
Falco!
For Falco, I'm also going with his look from Assault. I just think that the look is so different, and honestly, Falco's look is even better than Fox's.
Marth!
Now for this one, I'm going with Classic Marth, though I'd give him pants. I think this would be such a cool throwback if maybe a little cheesy.
Lucina!
Mask Lucina, it's the only choice, so there you go.
Young Link!
Masks. Give him his masks. Which I know is what everyone says, but I'd also like to see him get the Hero Sword and Shield from Majora's Mask. Those weapons with the Keaton mask, or any of the other masks minus the bunny hood, would be an awesome addition.
Ganondorf!
For Ganon, I'm going with Demon King Ganon from Tears of the Kingdom. Everyone loves a shirtless skin, plus Demon King Ganon is a very cool look for Ganon, so I'd like to see this one added.
Mewtwo!
Armored Mewtwo. Be real, you knew this would be here.
Roy!
For Roy, I'd bring back his look from Melee. Kinda like how Ike has a younger and older version. I'd do that for Roy.
Chrom!
For Chrom, I'd give him his armored look from Fire Emblem Heroes. I like how this outfit makes Chrom look much more intimidating than it does in Smash, and I think it would be a good addition.
Mr. Game & Watch!
There's nothing to do for Mr. Game & Watch, unfortunately. This is the only character I couldn't give a skin to.
Meta Knight!
For Meta Knight, I'm going to give him his party mask from Kirby Battle Royale. I love the way this mask looks, and if it was added, I might actually have a reason to play Meta Knight.
Hit!
Classic Pit from the first Kid Icarus. Project M included this costume and it looks amazing. If they added this to Smash, it would be hype.
Dark Pit.
This would be a Smash original, but I'm gonna go with Dark Classic Pit, like Pit's classic skin, but a version of it based on Dark Pit instead. I think it would be funny to see the dark and broody Dark Pit with the little pupil eyes of Classic Pit, so I'm going with this.
Zero Suit Samus.
This will be a long shot, but I think there is a way to include it. The Justin Bailey suit from the original Metroid. Might be a bit risque, but if they can make Bayonetta work, they can make this work. Plus, if they made the game T for Team like I suggested, then it wouldn't be a problem at all.
Wario.
For Wario, I gotta go with this golf outfit. I mean, just look at the drip. My boy clean with it.
Snake.
I'm gonna go with Old Snake from Metal Gear 4. Quite a different look to the Snake we have in Smash, so I think it would be a welcome addition.
Ike.
For Ike, I'm going with his Valentine's outfit from Heroes. I love the look of this outfit, and would definitely be different from the rest of his outfits.
Pokemon Trainer.
Pokemon Trainer, my idea is simply to make each skin a different trainer from Pokemon. Also have one skin with all the Pokemon being shiny.
Diddy Kong.
For Diddy, I'd give him a costume that switches him for Dixie Kong. If they don't add her as their own character, this would be a solid second option in my opinion.
Lucas.
For Lucas, I'm also just going to go with his PJs. I'd add a Cloud skin, but he can't use side powers, so this is the best I could do.
Sonic.
For Sonic, I actually have two costumes in mind. One is the soap shoes from Adventure 2, and the other is the race outfit from Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Sonic really needs better outfits, and I think these two would be great choices.
King DDD.
This is going to be a crazy one, but for King DDD, I'm going with Osaka Station Master DDD. This is a really obscure reference, but I love the outfit, and let's be real, the obscure references are the best kind.
Olimar.
For Olimar, I'm going with Pikmar, the result of the bad ending of Pikmin 1. This would be a really cool addition, as it would be the only skin Olimar has without a helmet on.
Lucario.
This might be kinda boring, but shiny Lucario. I don't know why they never put the shinies in the game, but I would like to see them.
Rob.
For Rob, I'm going with Wee Rob from Project M. Can't improve upon perfection, and that's what this Rob skin is. Perfection.
Toon Link.
For Toon Link, I'm going with the pink-haired Link from A Link to the Past. He technically already has this outfit, but he doesn't have the pink hair, so if they change it, I think this skin would be perfect.
Whoa.
Once again, Star Fox's Soul. It's different from what we have, and I like to see it.
Villager.
For Villager, I'm going with the Villager design from Mario Kart 8. I like this look, and it would be perfect for fighting on the Mario Kart stages.
Mega Man.
For Mega Man, I'm going with a helmetless look. Not too different from the original, but it would be cool to see him without the helmet on.
Wii Fit Trainer.
I think it would be cool if they added the main character from Ring Fit Adventure. They are incredibly similar to each other, so I think it would fit well.
Rosalina and Luma.
I'm going with her Cosmic Spirit form from Galaxy 2, and changing Luma to look like Lubba from Galaxy 2. I think this would be a cool costume for Rosalina that references one of the most overlooked Mario games.
Little Mac.
This one's easy. Little Mac from Super Punch-Out! And I don't mean a recolor, I mean a complete redo of the model and hair. I love this look for Little Mac, and I'd love to see it properly included.
Greninja.
I'm going with Greninja's green suit from Pokemon Unite. I like the look of this outfit and how it kinda makes Greninja look like a Power Ranger. This would be a neat addition to Greninja's costumes.
Me Brawler. Me Sword Fighter. Me Gunner.
Okay, so this is going to build off my idea of the Miis being combined into one character. I think that the Miis costumes should be the characters from the Wii Sports games. The default being Matt the boxing champion and the other skins being other champions from different sports. This would be a great way to make the Miis a more permanent addition without having to keep the Miis as a feature on the Switch too.
Palutena.
I'm going with classic Palutena from the first Kid Icarus. Much like Pit's outfit, this one would match the set while also being a very interesting choice on its own.
Pac-Man.
Mrs. Pac-Man, it has to be this one. This is literally the perfect choice for Pac-Man, and I don't know why it hasn't already been added.
Robin.
For Robin, I'm going with his Grandmaster armor from Warriors. It was either this or Hooded Robin, and I think the armor is a little more appealing.
Shulk.
Shulk, I'm going with his Monado style from Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. I love this more casual look for Shulk, and I think it would be awesome if it was included.
Bowser Jr.
So for Bowser Jr., I'm gonna go with a throwback pick. Koopa Kid from Mario Party. I'd also throw in Baby Bowser, and that would be all 10 of his skins if they increased the number. But I'd love to see them bring back Koopa Kid, and this would be a great way to do it.
Duck Hunt.
I would like to see a pixelated version of these two to reflect their original game's look. This would be such a unique skin, and I would love to see it added.
Ryu.
For Ryu, I'm going to give him his Street Fighter 6 look. This is a very rough look, but I think it would look awesome as a skin in Smash Bros. But if I had to choose a different look, B-Boy Ryu from Street Fighter V.
Ken!
For Ken, I'm going to give him a Street Fighter V look. I think this is a great look for Ken, so it would be a nice addition.
Cloud!
This would probably never happen, but my choice for Cloud is Claudia. I would unironically love for this to be added, but there is honestly no way it would ever happen.
Corrin!
For Corrin, I'm going with Resplendent Corrin from Fire Emblem Heroes. It's a good look for a forgettable character.
Bayonetta!
This is an easy one. Her look from Bayonetta 3 would be the perfect choice for a new skin. Now if only they could make her good again.
Inkling!
For Inkling, I'm going with Agent 8 from Splatoon 2. An Octoling alt for the Inklings makes a lot of sense, and Agent 8 is the first time we got to play as one, so it would be a great choice.
Ridley!
For Ridley, I'm going with Neo Ridley. I like the look of this version of Ridley, and I think it would be a very cool skin in Smash.
Simon!
For Simon, I'm going for his red armor from Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. It's a good alternative to his default look and makes him look less like Conan the Barbarian.
Richter!
For Richter, I'm going with his look from Castlevania, the Dracula X Chronicles. I like the look of this outfit, and I think it would be a good choice for Richter.
King K. Rool!
For K. Rool, I'm going to go with Captain K. Rool. He already has the blunderbuss, so I think it would make sense if we got a full pirate outfit.
Isabel!
Her island outfit from New Horizons is clearly the best choice here. There isn't any other outfit for her that I would add before this one.
Incineroar!
This one I had to get creative for. Wrestling Champion Incineroar. Basically just give him a belt. I know it's not much, but it's all I got, okay?
Piranha Plant!
The plant, I'd like him to have a dry piranha plant skin. Being able to play as a skeleton plant would be really neat.
Joker!
For Joker, I'm going to go with his look from the P5 dancing game. Casual streetwear look would contrast nicely against his usual outfits, and I'd like to have it in the next Smash Bros. Game.
Hero!
For Hero, I'm going to go with the hero from the Dragon Quest VI. I think he would make a good addition to the four we have now.
Banjo and Kazooie!
I know that the game itself sucks, but their appearance from Nuts and Bolts is my pick for Banjo and Kazooie. It's a very different look than the original, and I think it would be a cool reference to a bad game.
Terry!
For Terry, I'm going with his Garou outfit from Garou Mask of the Wolves. The vastly different look of this outfit and the lack of his hat makes this a really unique choice.
Violet!
Look, I don't know if this is a spoiler, but it looks cool. The Enlightened One outfit from Three Houses. Like I said, just looks cool.
Min Min!
For Min Min, I'm going to give her waitress outfit from her reveal trailer. Love the look of this outfit, and it would be cool if it was added.
Steve!
This was obvious. Tuxedo Steve is the ultimate form of Steve, and we need it in the next Smash game.
Sephiroth!
For Sephiroth, I'd go with his look from Kingdom Hearts. I love the colors on this look, something they didn't do for any of the skins he already has. So the nice pop of red in this skin would be very welcome.
Pyra! Mithra!
For Pyra and Mithra, I'd go with the Grammatic disguise for Pyra and make a version of it for Mithra to match. I think this outfit would be really cute, and I'd like it if they added it.
Kazuya!
For Kazuya, I'm going to go for his alternate outfit in Street Fighter X Tekken. I think it would be cool to include since Street Fighter is already in the game, so this would be a cool reference to a different time they collided.
Sora!
I don't think this one would happen, but I'd go with Toy Box Sora from Kingdom Hearts 3. Licensing would probably be an issue with this, but if they get it, I think it would be a cool costume for Sora. But wait, we aren't done quite yet. I said I'd give you a skin for every character, but I'd be remiss if I didn't include the 15 characters I'd like to be added. So let's get into it.
Crash Bandicoot!
For Crash Bandicoot, I'd give him a fake Crash skin. Honestly, this one feels like a no-brainer. If he gets added, he should have this.
Skull Kid!
For Skull Kid, I'd give him a maskless outfit. Probably wouldn't make sense, but I think that the rule of cool should be used here.
Tails! Eggman! Shadow!
For Tails, I'd give him his look from Sonic Boom. For Eggman, I'd give him a look based on his cartoon design, and for Shadow, I'd give him his Black Knight armor.
Shovel Knight!
For Shovel Knight, I give him a Black Knight costume. These two share the same moves, so it would make sense if they were combined.
Deathborn!
There's no alternate costumes for Deathborn, but I could see him having a skin based on his vehicle, Dark Schneider. That's all I got.
Shantae!
For Shantae, I'd go with her pajamas, or a pirate outfit based on Pirate's Curse.
Doom Guy!
For Doom Guy, I'd give him the armor from the cover of the original Doom. This look is super iconic, and it would be a mistake to not include it.
Frisk!
For Frisk, it's obvious. Charo would be the absolute best choice for a costume.
Ezio! Auditore!
For Ezio, I'd make each of his skins a different assassin. Altair, Edward, Jacob, and even Desmond.
Mamichi.
All their skins would be other Tamagotchis, like how each of Bowser Jr.'s ults are the Koopalings.
Kratos.
Young Kratos and or old Kratos, depending on which one the default is. Whichever one isn't the default should be a skin.
Dovahkiin.
2 words. Khajiit skin.
Guybrush Threepwood.
For Guybrush, I give him his look from Curse of Monkey Island where he doesn't have his jacket. I think this look is just as iconic as the other, so I think you need to add both.
Phoenix Wright.
For Phoenix, I give him an alternate skin for Apollo Justice, his apprentice. I'd probably do half and half for the skins, like how half of Valamar's skins are Alf.
Rasputin.
For Raz, I'd give him both his outfits from the first and second game, and also I'd give him his circus uniform from both games as well. And this isn't a skin, but if they added Rasputin, please make either the Milkman Conspiracy or Psy King Sensori on the stage. Please. So that's my wish list for Smash 6. I hope you all enjoyed. I'm Taka the Jester, and I can't wait to play Smash 6. See ya.